Welcome back to Virtual Reality. My name is Thomas and you're watching VoodooDE VR. This is the next episode of my VR and AR weekly news, this time with week 25, 2023. Guys, it's so unbelievable hot here in Germany. I sweated like a pig. It's just like in my studio, it's like 40 degrees Celsius. And even with my air conditioner, it only cools to 32 degrees Celsius. It's just so damn hot, and it's just for me no fun to play longer VR sessions because it's wet and god damn it, I really hate summer. Yeah, I know 90% of you love summer, but I'm not counting me to the 90%. Definitely not. I'm looking forward to the winter again. So guys, everything about VR and AR, hardware, games, releases and sales. Thank you to my sponsors, VoodooVR, Opperman Events and Virtual Escape. Let's have some fun with the video and let's go.
VoodooDE.
So guys, Assassin's Creed Nexus VR. So we already know about this game, but now we have a web page here and some different things that we know. So they talk about a story. We have we can really be an assassin. We can sneak around and stuff. They talk about that we have to collect artifacts and we are in different quests and so on and so on. And there's also a parkour mode where we can, I think it will be on the rooftops again and stuff. And then we can jump down to the enemies and kill them from behind and stuff. And they also talk about the combat, so we can block, we can have a duel against another enemy and stuff. And we have a lot of different weapons like tomahawks, swords, bow and arrow, and knives, throwing knives and smoke bombs and all that stuff. And we can also sneak around. So it looks like there are different ways to solve a quest or so. But for me, the most interesting thing is that they talk about we can move through open worlds. So when I first read about the Assassin's Creed VR, I thought that would be something like a scripted levels where you only go one way, but it seems like we really have an open world, like a real Assassin's Creed, and I'm really looking forward to that. And they also talk about motion sickness, so if you get motion sickness very easy, they have different options like this vignette or teleport or something like that. So I'm really looking forward to play this game, and I hope they will create a huge game, and that's not at the end in 2 hours. So as soon as I have this game, I will show it on my channel. So some perhaps bad news. So the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 was announced. That's the good news. But the bad news is that there is no mention of VR support, and that's really bad because perhaps you've seen the video I've just uploaded where I play the Flight Simulator 2020 with the Pimax Crystal, and it's just so awesome to play virtual reality inside a cockpit and look out of the plane and stuff. I mean, I'm a really big noob in airplanes and simulators and stuff, but even for me it's just awesome to play this game in VR, and I think it's a must that they create the VR support for the new game. So the problem is when they 2020 VR support came, after that the team was splitted and they were sent to other projects. So could be that there is even no VR team anymore, but let's hope that, because they say like 10 to 15% of the players play the game in VR, which is quite a lot, I think. So I really hope they will get the VR support back. I will report about this as soon as I know more. Yeah, the UploadVR Showcase, and there were new games announced and stuff and updates for games, and I will show you some. Arashi Castles of Sin, this is a Asia style game with bow and arrow where we fight against enemies with swords and stuff, and it's coming to PlayStation VR and Quest. The next one is a Battle Bows. That's also a bow and arrow game. Looks pretty casual, to be honest. Comes for MetaQuest. The next one is really cool, Contractors Showdown. This is a competitor to Population 1, so it's a battle royale game that we will be able to play on MetaQuest and PlayStation VR 2, but next year. Dead Hook is, I would say it's like a Doom game, first-person shooter where we have to swing around and move very fast and shoot very fast for MetaQuest in July. Then a mixed reality update for Aspire 2. That's pretty cool. So you can play in your real living room for the Quest. Then Genotype. This is a crazy game, a mystery science fiction game about genetics. So we have like organic weapons and so where we can shoot with. Sounds crazy. For Quest late 2023. The next one is I Expect You to Die 3, a mix of story, adventure, escape room. I really love this game. Comes in summer 2023 for MetaQuest. The next one is Inverse. So this is something like for Stranger Things, a little bit of horror, and we can play this in multiplayer. One character is the creature and all the others have to be aware of the monster. Comes on MetaQuest 2023. Lo-Fi is already a known game. We know that it's a cyberpunk adventure, and they announced it also for PlayStation VR 2 later 2023. Micro Machines, many people know that it's with some very small racing cars. We can go through a parkour and stuff, and that's on MetaQuest 2023. Actonic is a sports game where you need a treadmill. That sounds really good. I want to try that. Outer Hands is a gorilla tag-like game where we have to swing around and move from platform to platform to get more score and stuff. Then Pixel Rip 1978. I already showed that on my channel. A really nice game, retro style. We have to solve some quests, we have to shoot, and everything looks really cool, pixelated. I love this game. And also here, look at this Pneumata VR. That's a horror game. I really love horror games. This is a psycho horror game with jump scares and so on. Looking forward to that. Comes 2023. Then Puzzle. That's of course a puzzle game in the Marble Madness style with a small ball and stuff for MetaQuest. And Retropolis 2. I think I already showed that on my channel. That's a really nice adventure where you have to solve a case where your robot girlfriend is missing. Really nice. And then there will be a story update for Stride, the parkour shooter for Quest, late 2023. Then Throwback is something like a Paperboy, where you have to throw papers and stuff, newspapers, and there are also aliens attacking you. Tin Hearts I already played on my channel. It's a really nice puzzle game. Will also be on PlayStation VR 2 and MetaQuest in 2023. Toss is a small casual game where you have to toss bananas like a monkey on PlayStation VR 2 and MetaQuest. Veil is a multiplayer shooter that I also showed on my channel. Will also be on MetaQuest 2023. And Jupiter Guard 2, I showed that on my channel as well, will be coming in July for MetaQuest. A really nice game, a really hard game. We have to swing around. Yeah, guys, this were the UploadVR Showcase games. To be honest, there was not a really huge AAA game. Contractors Showdown is one of the things that I love. And I think the rest I will show on my channel, or I already showed on my channel. Yeah, let's see how good the games will be later. And there were also some PlayStation VR 2 games announced for this year, 2023. So the first one we already know, that's Pixel Rip 1995. So you change between the real world and the pixelated world to save the gaming world from bad enemies and stuff. It's really nice. You can play it then on PlayStation VR 2. The next one is Tiger Blade. This is a Korean style action game where you are an assassin and you have to kill your enemies with swords and weapons and all that stuff. Looks fast. The next one that I'm really happy about is The Seventh Guest. It was already announced for Quest, and now it comes for PlayStation VR 2 as well. It's a VR remake of the very old horror game. I'm totally looking forward to that, really. And the next one I really love is Wanderer. So this game I played on PC and it's just amazing. It's a good game and you can play it on the PlayStation VR 2 later this year. So there were a lot of cool games announced. So the PlayStation VR 2 seems not to be dead. There are a lot of cool games and I'm really looking forward to show it to you on my channel. Okay guys, and the next one is a tool that I promised the developer to show on my weekly news. It's Cognitive 3D. And this is an analytics platform to collect data and analyze data from XR, so from AR, VR, mixed reality. And with this you can record 3D replays to reflect what the player did during their play sessions. So you have, for example, some heat maps where you can see where the people focus their attention on and how they interact with some 3D surroundings and where they spend the most of time, for example. And you can see where that happens and what happens in a 3D environment. And that's really cool. You can see all that stuff in your XR, what happened in your XR applications, yeah. And so then you can filter out where were the most interactions, what were meaningful events. You can also have a dashboard that gives you access to session analysis, app performance metrics, immersive insights, and presence and comfort levels. That's really something where I imagine that can help to find out what people love in VR games or in training software or whatever. Yeah. You can identify where there are some difficulties in your XR apps, for example. And the cool thing is the service development kit is free and it can be integrated with Unity and Unreal. So yeah, for example, you see here the blue spots where they the people looked at or where they interact with, and that's a really nice thing. So I think when more developer would use that could be really interesting. Yeah. So of course this is for the developers, very interesting. So check out the link in the description below to Cognitive 3D, a really interesting tool. And another interesting VR game is announced called The Burst. And this is a parkour shooting game where you can do wall run, you can swing around, you can shoot, everything is very fast. Yeah, looks interesting for people that love action games. And it's announced for the Meta Quest and Steam VR headsets. No info about PlayStation VR 2. Yeah, it comes later this year. And I think that's pretty good. I think I will show it on my channel. Okay guys, and here are some news about the Apple Vision Pro. So they released a new version of the developer tools so that they can even now create XR apps for the upcoming Apple Vision Pro that will be released in early 2024. So there's a new Vision OS service development kit, and what I really love, there is a simulator, the Apple Vision Pro emulator, so you can even create and test apps even though you don't have the headset yourself, and that's cool. So everybody can go and create apps, and there's also already the developer page here. Do you see that? Developer.apple.com/visionos, and then you can download the SDK and you can find a lot of information here how that works, and that's really cool. What I also found on Road to VR is a nice beginner's guide for the design and for the development by Sterling Crispin, and he made a really cool guide what you need to know about the Apple Vision Pro, the user input, spatial audio development tools, and all that stuff. Really nice for developers. So all the 3 pages I will put in the description below if you are interested in creating apps for the Apple Vision Pro. And I'm still looking forward to see when we get the final version, then I'm looking forward what we can do with this headset. So that's gonna be very, very interesting. So let's see what happens in early 2024. Thank you to my new supporter, Island Pferd. Thank you so much. You will get behind the scenes videos and early access to my videos. Thank you so much. If you want to support me, check out the first pinned comment, just $1 per month. Sorry, and then you can support me. So let's check out the releases. Room of Realities, multiplayer escape room game, VR Giants, also a local co-op VR game. Pixel Rip 1978, I showed that it's a really cool retro adventure. Then F1 23, this is a Formula 1 simulator. I already have access, but as you know, I was on vacation. I will start recording new videos beginning next Monday. Now I will show it. Mutrix is a music rhythm game. Then Colossal Cave, an adventure exploring game. I already showed it on my channel, as well as Grimlord. You can find a video on my channel. This is RPG with some action and melee fights. Then on the MetaQuest we have Stag. I made a video on my channel. This is arena shooter. Hubris, finally. This is a really nice and good looking VR adventure. Dark Sword Battle Eternity is a fantasy action role-playing game. And then on the PlayStation VR 2 we have Until You Fall, really nice action adventure. Hubris as well, it looks great on the PlayStation VR 2. Then we have Survive, this is a multiplayer co-op zombie shooter. And Pixel Ripped 1978 as well. And then on the Pico we have Labyrinthos, Midnight Nightmare, VR Skater, Crashland, Galaxy Kart and Simple Planes VR. These were the releases this week. And let's check out the sales. There's a really cool Humble bundle called the UploadVR Showcase bundle. And if you pay 23.32 euro, you will get really cool games, 7 games. And look at this, we have Walking Dead 1 and 2, we have Pistol Whip, we have Green Hell VR and Mask Maker. Absolutely cool games. You should definitely buy this bundle. It's definitely worth it. And we also have Vengeful Rights on Steam, a nice action RPG. And then it's 70% off, and Windlands 2, nice parkour game, 50% off. Then on the PlayStation VR 2, unfortunately the whole PlayStation store was down. I can't see it, but you will get Jurassic World Aftermath and Across the Valley cheaper. And on the Pico, we have a Presentiment of Death is 30% cheaper. Warplanes Battle over Pacific, 20% off. Down the Rabbit Hole, 20% off. And Demeo on the weekend, 40% off. So guys, if you want to support me, then check out the first pinned comment. Would be really nice. And yeah, thank you for watching and see you next time in virtual reality. See ya.
VoodooDE